Hey guys, today we're going to talk about breathing fundamentals and how to integrate them into a plank position. So for a lot of people, when we start talking about plank and core activation, sometimes that breathing piece falls apart. And in all honesty, the way to make somebody really strong is dial them in here, and then you can put that into all these other positions that they're going to be in. So we're going to start with Eddie here, and we're going to do one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Great, and just lying there, I want to see you breathe.
Normally?
Just normally. Just totally relaxed.
I'm thinking about it.
So this is good. This guy's moving down here. This is staying really steady for the most part. So what we're looking for is that diaphragm runs underneath here. As he breathes in, it's going to draw down. And, Eddie's jacked. He's got like a 9-pack, 10-pack, 12-pack? 9. I don't know where 9 came from. But as that diaphragm pushes down, his core doesn't have any activation on it. And there's a fly in here, I'm sorry. But, his guts have nowhere to go, so they go up. So this is kind of what we want to see. We want to see that diaphragm pushing down, sucking air in, nice and relaxed. Now we're going to start adding different layers to this. So Eddie, I want you to tuck your chin, lift your head for me. Good. And can you still breathe into your belly? Good. You can. And there's a little bit more activation on here. He's getting his deep neck flexors into it, which is really important and something that we end up treating a lot in physical therapy because it's a point of insufficiency for most people. So good, you can do that. Eddie, I want you to bend both knees. And can you get him off the floor? Perfect, just like that. We're also going to kind of check and make sure his spine's in a good place. It's pretty neutral, even a little bit rounded into the floor. Can he still breathe in this position? Some people fall apart here. This is too much to coordinate. Not Eddie, not this guy. Good. But your abs are on a little bit, right? Because they have to be. Great. Now what I want you to do is you're going to take this leg and you're going to kick it towards that wall. And I want you, now those abs are on. Oh, he's shaking. This is really hard to get Eddie to shake. But can you still breathe? Very good. Cycle that leg back in. Bring this leg out. Cycle a breath. Back in. Oh, there's a bad side. Look at that. Look what we found. And back down. Very good. And rest for a second. So what we just did was we just took him, we started adding different layers. If we take a look at that last position that he was in, if I put him upright, he would be like walking or even running. So the implications for this go far beyond just lying on the ground. And he even said, oh, that's my bad side. Well, why is there a bad side? We want to tease out all these insufficiencies, right? But right there, the tendency when things get harder for people to go, and they just got to hold down and brace, and they don't even really know what they're doing. If we can teach our body under a relatively low threshold activity to still be able to breathe, this is going to pay dividends, and we'll show you how that works, okay? So that was great. We're able, let's get back in that position real quick. One more time. Knees up. Nope, knees up. Good. And what about the double? Can you do the double? Can you take both legs out? We can make this as hard as we want. Still breathe. Great. Take both arms, reach up overhead. Give me a nice little hollow position. So it's really cool. You're just going to stay there until I'm done. We do a lot of these hollow holds in CrossFit and even just in training in general. Your athletes need to know how to breathe through them, otherwise they turn bright red and they want to pass out. It's not sustainable. If I ask him to hold this for 2 minutes, he's going to have to hold his breath unless he learns how to breathe here, which is really, really important, okay? Great. Eddie, flip over on your stomach for me. Excellent job. So how do we take this concept and put it into something else? So what's more usable? We don't do a lot of dead bugs, and we don't do a lot of that kind of stuff in our CrossFit workouts. So what if we take Eddie and let's get you into a nice pillar plank for me. Can you go palms up on your forearms? And what I want you to do is start on your knees for me. We'll get him here. We'll make sure that this is all looking really good. You're going to press those forearms on the ground. You're going to spread that ground with your forearms as well. And I'm just going to check. Are you breathing into your belly in this position? So he's extending out through here. This looks really good. Great. Why don't you put your toes down, tighten your quads, squeeze your butt. Belly's tight. And he's breathing here too. So now if he was to hold a plank for 5.5 hours like the world record, at least he can breathe the whole time, and it's a very low threshold event. If this is making him hold his breath, it's probably too hard. There's no way in hell he would ever be able to do a push-up until he really got the competence and the confidence and competency in this position to be able to breathe there, okay? So now we can take that same thing, come up onto your hands. We have that wonderful position. And Eddie, I want you to breathe, accentuate your breathing as you even take it into a push-up, okay? Go for it. So in on the way down, you're going to hold just a little bit at the bottom. You're going to exhale as you push back up. Good. So in on the way down, that kind of draw that air in, hold it, and press out, and exhale. Very good. So as he's able to do this and harness that breathing, he can pause and hold it just at that bottom point, that sticking point, but through the remainder of the movement, he's able to cycle that breath. That's kind of a relaxed state that tells the body that, you know, this isn't too hard. I should be able to handle this. And he's doing a really good job. That's enough. You don't have to do too many more of this. But that was really good. He was able to do a basic diaphragmatic breathing pattern. He was able to add layers of complexity to it. He was able to turn it into a plank, and a plank is really the foundation for any of our pushing or pulling or pressing movements. It's kind of a win. So if he can just take that and put it in everything else that he does, we're golden. All right. Thanks, guys.